For the sake of discussion, let's assume you believe in God and that God wants us to be happy. Let's assume you believe in life after death. Let's assume you believe that there is a thing called heaven where good people can be happy after they die. What's the natural next question? Well, what's heaven like? The traditional image gives us wings and harps so we can float around on clouds playing our harps to eternity. But think about it. What if that were actually true? What if your life was floating and plucking a harp day after day after day after day after day? Wouldn't it get kind of boring? The other traditional image has us wandering fruit groves, eating grapes, and having pleasant conversations. Again, think about doing that day after day after day after day after day. How long until you run out of things to pleasantly converse about? But instead, what if you had important work to do, work that you love, work that you're good at, work that is valued by others? What if you were married in the way we all wish to be married, with the deepest love, deepest friendship, deepest respect, and most incredible passion? What if you lived in a home that was a physical image of your thoughts and feelings, a home that was you in a way no home here could ever be? What if you lived in a neighborhood with all your best and dearest friends around, people who love the same things you love? What if, as a group, you had work to do, work that was vitally important, with important roles for everyone? Doesn't that sound just a little more heavenly? That's the kind of heaven described by 18th century theologian Emanuel Swedenborg. Swedenborg said the Lord allowed him to actually visit heaven and describe it while he was still alive. That's a rather incredible claim, but what he describes sounds like a place most of us really would like to inhabit to eternity. Swedenborg's idea of heaven starts with the idea that the essence of each person, their true identity, is not about height, weight, attractiveness, ethnicity, intelligence, social background, economic status, education, or any of the normal things we see in each other. Each person's true nature is a matter of what he or she loves. What do we value? What moves us? What's important to us? This makes sense if you think about it. When we talk about knowing people, it's not really about knowing their addresses, their birthdays, their mother's maiden names. It's about knowing their character, how they react to things, what their priorities are. It's about what they love. In fact, Swedenborg tells us that our bodies are just dead containers for the real us inside, the versions of us that are made of love. And it doesn't stop there. He says the whole of the physical world is just a dead container for the real world inside, a world also made of love, love that flows from the Lord constantly. That's a complex idea, but what it means for this discussion is that when we are no longer trapped in physical bodies and the physical world, when we die, that is, we actually become what we love in a world made of love. The bodies we inhabit, the way we look and speak, what we do, all are direct expressions of our love in a world that is totally responsive because it, too, is a direct expression of love. So what would that experience be like? If what we love is good, it means that goodness will shine from our faces and bodies and will fill every word and gesture we make. We will also see the goodness shining from those around us, and our feelings will respond completely to theirs. That means we will all know each other deeply and instantly, and will naturally be drawn to those people with loves that blend best with our own. That should make for a pretty nice neighborhood with some pretty incredible friends. And since part of loving what is good is loving to do good things for others, we will, from love, find ways to be useful and helpful, doing work that suits our loves perfectly, and it won't feel like a job, it will be a joy. Finally, Swedenborg said that since all of heaven is filled with the Lord's desire to love us and be loved in return, our highest possible state is one in which we love completely and are loved in return, which is the state of marriage, with husbands and wives so interlocked that they become like one soul. So we will be married in heaven, and in the most blissful state of marriage imaginable. If that sounds good to you, it could well be that you are headed in the right direction. But of course, not everybody works to be loving and caring. Some simply serve themselves, and even seek to dominate, damage, and control others. And when they leave the physical world, they too become what they love. So if you can imagine what a big crowd of people who are just images of pure, pulsating selfishness, well, hell is a subject for another video. So if this idea of heaven sounds stifling and boring, lacking an opportunity for fun, you might want to think hard about the loves you're nurturing in yourself. And if it sounds good, Keep trying to be the kind of person who belongs there.